Joining me now for more from San Francisco is Paul Carroll, Program Director at the Ploughshares Fund. Paul, thanks so much for joining us. Welcome back to the show. China is already frustrated. China is already frustrated with the DPRK. Can you talk about the reasoning behind this latest move by the DPRK? Is this in retaliation for China upholding those banking sanctions?
Well, that seems to be the conventional wisdom, but that's the point I would make is that we really don't know what the reasoning is behind this move. We do know that in recent weeks, the Bank of China, which is essentially a state-run bank in China, followed through with financial sanctions on North Korea, basically keeping in line with the rest of the international community, and in particular, the 5 of the 6 parties, South Korea, Japan, the United States, and Russia. And so really for the first time in quite a while, China is showing more overtly their willingness to stand in unison with other nations in sanctioning the North. So yes, the speculation is that the North isn't too happy about this, and so they're doing little probes, little things to see whether they might change China's mind.
Paul, I also want to get your thoughts on this so-called ransom attached to this detention. A pretty bold move, bold request, considering it really shouldn't make China mad at this point. And this, of course, also isn't the first time the DPRK has taken a Chinese crew. There was a similar incident this time last year.
Yeah, the difference seems to be that China is more willing to talk about it publicly. It isn't something that they're just sort of negotiating away or resolving quietly. They did take some time to actually publicly announce it, but now it's out there in the open. It's in the media. It's not only in their media, it's in international media. So the question is, is China at its, breaking point? Are they sort of fed up with their, erstwhile ally, North Korea? And North Korea, for its part, yes, demanding a ransom, even a fairly large ransom in the 6 figures, in the grand scheme of things, is really pretty petty. So I would not be so fixated on how much are they asking for and will China pay, but what's going on behind the scenes? What is it that North Korea really wants? Is it a channel to get China's attention? They're very good at asymmetrical kinds of actions because they have to be. They're playing a weak hand.
So what happens if the DPRK fails to release this crew?
Well, that's an excellent question. I think this is a point in time when China and the United States have something in common. We both have citizens that are being held by North Korea. The United States citizen Kenneth Bai has been sentenced to 15 years of hard labor. So it seems to me that North Korea, rather than playing China off against the U.S., they're actually doing the same thing to each of us. They're trying to paint us into a corner, take our citizens, and in a way sort of diplomatically bring us to our knees by saying, hey, we've got your people, come talk to us. So it's very unclear to me exactly what's going to happen. I'm cognizant of the fact that about a month from now will be the 60th anniversary of the end of the Korean War. So these kinds of anniversaries often have a lot of significance to the North. It may be that they're trying to put some ducks in a row diplomatically, or coercively is probably a better word, to come out with some kind of a face-saving way out of this situation for their own population a month from now.
All right, Paul Carroll from Ploughshares, we appreciate your insight. Thanks again for joining us this evening.